Hey there, amazing dreamers and go-getters. You're incredible, unstoppable, and ready to take on the world, and today's story is here to remind you just how awesome you really are. Imagine building your empire, only to have someone with the power to destroy it all try to tear it down. This is the story of Liam Carter, a self-made entrepreneur who watched his hard-earned success crumble under the weight of betrayal by his own brother-in-law, Mayor Thomas Whitaker. But instead of backing down, Liam chose to rise up and fight for what was rightfully his. Get ready for a thrilling journey filled with betrayal, strength, and ultimate victory. When they try to bring you down, sometimes the greatest power lies in rising stronger than ever. Liam Carter stood in front of the flagship Horizon Hotel in downtown Chicago, staring at the bright red closure notice taped to the glass doors. Health code violation. Operation suspended until further notice. The words felt like a punch to the gut. He clenched his jaw, scanning the familiar building that had once been a symbol of everything he had built. Now it was just another casualty of political corruption. The accusations were false. He knew it. His employees knew it. Even his customers knew it. But none of that mattered when the orders came directly from City Hall. Signed by Mayor Thomas Whitaker. Footsteps approached behind him. Isabella Reyes, his most trusted manager, stood hesitantly. Liam, we all got the email. The city's shutting us down. Is it? She hesitated. Is this really the end? Liam forced a smile, though his fists tightened at his sides. Nothing is over yet, he said firmly. His phone buzzed, a text from Emily, his wife and the mayor's sister. Liam, I just heard. Tom won't take my calls. Please tell me you're not going to fight him on this. He exhaled slowly. Oh, he was going to fight. By sundown, every Horizon hotel across Chicago would be shuttered. Employees would be out of work. Customers turned away. Reservations canceled. His brother-in-law had made sure of it. This wasn't about safety violations. This was personal. Liam turned to Isabella. Call everyone. Emergency meeting. Tonight. The mayor thought he'd won. He had no idea who he was up against. Later that evening, Liam Carter sat in a private lounge at the Kensington Hotel. A quiet, dimly lit space where he had gathered his closest allies. His management team, legal advisors, and longtime friend Vincent Romano listened intently as he pulled out his phone and pressed play. A voice filled the room, smooth, arrogant, unmistakable. Liam, let's not make this difficult. Your hotels are finished. The inspections, the violations, I can make them disappear. All you have to do is sell. Sterling Development has made a very generous offer. You take the deal, walk away with something, and this all goes away. But if you keep fighting me, you'll lose everything. The room was silent for a moment, then erupted in anger. Is he serious? Isabella asked, gripping the table. He's shutting us down just to force a sale? Liam nodded, his expression unreadable. That was 6 months ago. Since then, the threats have escalated. This morning's shutdown? Just his way of showing me he can destroy everything I've built. Marcus Grant, his CFO, leaned forward. So what do we do? Take this public? Liam shook his head. Not yet. We don't just survive this, we outmaneuver him. He pulled out a set of documents and laid them on the table. This isn't just about fighting back. It's about building something bigger. A future he can't touch. Liam spread out the blueprints, lease agreements, and financial projections across the table, watching as his team leaned in. This, he said, tapping the documents, is Phoenix Resorts. Our next move. Isabella's eyes widened as she scanned the plans. This isn't just a backup, she murmured. This is an expansion. Liam nodded. We're not just reopening, we're rebranding, upgrading, and moving beyond Whitaker's reach. All of our new properties are outside city limits, no Chicago regulations. No permits controlled by his office. No threats he can make. Marcus Grant, ever the numbers guy, flipped through the financials. You've been planning this for months. Since the first bogus inspection. Liam confirmed. I knew Whitaker would try to crush me eventually. So I made sure we had an escape plan. Vince Romano let out a low whistle. You knew this was coming. And instead of fighting it head on, you built a way out. Liam smirked. Exactly. The room buzzed with quiet excitement. What had felt like defeat just hours ago now had the spark of a comeback. I need all of you on this. Liam continued. We start moving tonight. Contact suppliers. Secure the staff we want to bring back. Get these leases finalized. We're not waiting for a fight, we're launching something bigger before Whitaker even realizes what's happening. Isabella looked at him, a renewed determination in her eyes. Then let's get to work. The next morning, Liam Carter walked into the Illinois State Attorney General's office. A thick folder of documents, recordings, and falsified inspection reports clutched in his hand. Across the desk sat Rachel Donovan, a sharp-eyed investigator who had been building a case against Mayor Whitaker for months. Liam placed the folder in front of her. This is everything, he said. Extortion, abuse of power, illegal business dealings. He shut down my hotels to force a sale to Sterling Development. His biggest campaign donor. Rachel flipped through the evidence, her face unreadable. You recorded him? Liam nodded. Multiple times. Every threat. Every demand. Rachel leaned back in her chair. This is damning. But if we move too fast, he'll spin it. We need to corroborate, track financial movements, and ensure airtight prosecution. Liam understood patience, but time wasn't on his side. I can get you more, he said. Emails. Internal memos from City Hall. My sources are ready to talk if they know the investigation is real. Rachel studied him for a long moment. Then she nodded. All right, Carter. We start today. Later that night, the first leak hit the press. A respected Chicago news outlet published an exposé titled, Pay to Play Politics: How Mayor Whitaker Shut Down a Local Business for His Own Gain. As Liam read the article, his phone buzzed, a call from an unknown number. He answered. A familiar voice sneered. By the next morning, Chicago was on fire with scandal. News outlets across the city ran headline after headline about Mayor Whitaker's corrupt shutdowns, financial ties to Sterling Development, and abuse of power. The leaked recordings played on morning talk shows, exposing his arrogant threats and blatant extortion. Liam sat in his office at Phoenix Resort's temporary headquarters, scrolling through the latest coverage. Public outrage was growing fast. Protesters gathered outside City Hall, demanding answers. Whitaker's political allies began to distance themselves, issuing vague statements about trust in the legal process. Meanwhile, investors pulled out of Sterling Development, fearing their ties to Whitaker would destroy their reputation. Horizon hotels may have been shut down, but Liam's new empire was gaining momentum. Marcus Grant burst into the office, holding up his phone. It's happening. City Council just announced an emergency ethics hearing. They're turning on him. Liam allowed himself a small smirk. Good. Then his phone rang. Emily. Liam, she said, her voice strained. Tom's losing control. He's panicking. He's saying you're behind some smear campaign. That this is personal. Liam exhaled, gripping the edge of his desk. It's not personal, it's justice. As he hung up, a new notification popped up on his screen, a live press conference scheduled at noon. Mayor Whitaker was about to face the music. Liam sat in his office, watching the live press conference on his laptop. The once untouchable Mayor Thomas Whitaker stood behind a podium at City Hall, his usually confident demeanor replaced with thinly veiled panic. The cameras flashed, reporters murmured, and the city held its breath. Whitaker cleared his throat, gripping the sides of the podium. These accusations are politically motivated. A coordinated attack by a bitter businessman who lost his hotels due to his own negligence. Liam smirked. There it was, the desperate defense. Then, the next reporter didn't let him off easy. Mr. Mayor, how do you explain the leaked recordings of you personally threatening Liam Carter? Or the documented campaign contributions from Sterling Development? Whitaker's jaw tightened. He opened his mouth, but before he could spin another lie, another journalist jumped in. Are you willing to deny these allegations under oath? A long silence. Whitaker exhaled, looked down at his notes, then finally muttered the words Liam had been waiting for. In light of these ongoing investigations and to prevent further distractions from the important work of this office, I am stepping down as mayor of Chicago. Effective immediately. The room erupted in chaos. Liam leaned back in his chair, watching his brother-in-law's career crumble in real time. Game over. 1 year later, Liam Carter stood inside the grand lobby of Phoenix Resort's newest flagship hotel. The towering glass windows reflected the Chicago skyline, a symbol of everything he had fought for. Elegant, modern, and untouchable by corruption, this was more than just a business comeback. It was a statement. Around him, employees bustled with energy, preparing for the hotel's official launch. Many of them had worked for Horizon Hotels before Whitaker destroyed it. Now, they were back, not as survivors, but as part of something greater. Liam checked his phone, a flood of congratulatory messages from investors, business partners, and former colleagues. But one message stood out. Emily, despite everything, I'm proud of what you've built. I hope this is the fresh start we all need. Liam took a deep breath, then typed back, it's not just a fresh start. It's proof that no one gets to decide my fate but me. As he stepped outside, the Phoenix Resorts logo gleamed above the entrance, replacing the scars of the past with something new. The media had called his battle with Whitaker a revenge story. But standing there, Liam knew the truth. This wasn't about revenge. It was about proving that no matter how hard someone tries to tear you down, if you're willing to fight, you can rise higher than ever before. The story of Liam Carter carries a profound lesson in resilience, strategy, and standing firm in the face of corruption. When betrayal and unjust attacks threatened to tear his hard work apart, Liam didn't crumble. Instead, he bounced back with a clear plan, adapted to his circumstances, and rebuilt what was almost lost. This journey teaches us that true success isn't about avoiding challenges, but about rising stronger with every setback. It's a reminder that those who are driven by integrity and perseverance will always outlast the forces of dishonesty and greed. Liam's story shows that those who seek to tear others down for their own gain are doomed to face their own downfall. On the other hand, those who build with purpose and determination, even in the face of adversity, will find themselves thriving in the end. In the battle between honesty and deceit, it's clear, the best revenge isn't retaliation or destruction, it's the unstoppable success that comes when you rise above and let your achievements speak louder than any attack. This is a testament to the power of resilience and the undeniable strength of a righteous heart.